Whoa! So, episode 36. Alex and I just by ourselves today. What did we talk about today, Alex?
Talked about everything. We talked about
Thanksgiving, food comas,
chocolate rain,
Tazon
Day, Jamaicans going on roofs to fix lights, old people dying at 94 years old, the holidays, midlife crisis,
yes,
being comedians,
actors,
following your dreams,
and not necessarily starting with you. Starting with the generation before you.
And handmade chairs by people who don't do that anymore.
Yeah, mahogany chairs.
Made by hand anymore.
Yeah, not at all. What is it? Koa wood?
Koa wood we talked about.
What else did we talk about?
And all kinds of crazy
tune
stuff.
in. This is going to be fun. We had a conversation, Velvet Sugar
Got our holiday
podcast,
edition.
right?
It was a blast.
Look at Alex's sweater. I mean, come on. It says holiday there, right?
It's the most festive Eastern European. Ready? Eastern European festive. Ready?
Oh, look at that. He's having a blast, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. I'm having so much fun. I love the holiday season.
Yes.
I'll mouth your voice.
This is massive excitement.
Go ahead. I'll do the voice. I cannot contain my excitement. This is so funny. Look, can you believe how exciting this is? Oh my God, I cannot contain my happiness.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Yes, it's very good. Not bad. It's not bad. That's extreme excitement from an Eastern European.
Oh, God.
So join us for this episode special
36.
holiday episode. Thank you.
All right. The 80s, especially in Barbados, those kung fu movies were top tier. You'd go to the video.
They look good. They're
Exactly.
flashy.
That's what I'm saying.
I loved them too.
So you would.
Who didn't watch Bruce Lee? Come on, everybody did.
Like around this time of the year was holidays. You get sales. You rent like 6. So every movie. So you want to fight the drunken master, and there's always these long. So we were addicted to those things. Kung Fu's, of course.
I used to do
it. Kick up. I don't watch a kick up. Like.
Remember, you would do the dubbing talk. You'd be like, David,
yeah,
I will kill you.
No, I knew you would.
I just did a little bit like an African guy, though. For some reason, it came out like, I will kill you until you die from it.
You fell for my plan. But those were the 80s. So Bruce Lee was a legend from the 80s, similar to Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania. Hulkamania, and his.
I stopped watching wrestling after Hulk Hogan. Like people say that the prime part of wrestling was what? WWE.
WWF.
To me, it's WWF.
Yeah.
Exactly, 80s. People are like, no, WWE.
No.
To me, that's like a LeBron Jordan conversation. LeBron ain't shit compared to Jordan. Sorry,
but
he came after. He came after.
For me, I'm a Jordan fan.
Exactly.
But LeBron.
I'm a Knick fan, and I still know what Jordan did.
Yes.
I watched it.
But here's the deal.
You too.
A lot of people put Kobe over LeBron. I do not. For me, I would say Michael Jordan is number 1, and I would actually put LeBron.
Kobe over LeBron?
I wouldn't do it.
No, yeah, Kobe stacked his teams to win championships, which is, he just asked for the best guys, and then when he got in arguments with him, he got rid of him. Shaq.
Shaq. I just think
the stack on team.
Kobe was the guy to walk in Michael's shadow and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be the next Michael," and he damn nearly was.
Yeah.
Right. Kobe was phenomenal, but LeBron's skill set is just ridiculous. Especially he's still playing at 42. But that's another.
LeBron dominated more without other star players around him. Kobe had to have stars, right? Kobe always had to have another couple of stars. LeBron didn't. He won championships without stars.
Kobe. Here's the deal.
Okay, when LeBron won with the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Tell me any other star on that team.
Kyrie Irving. Yeah, Curry.
But it was a young Kyrie Irving.
No, it was Kyrie. Was good.
Would you say though that's?
Look, I say it this way: Michael Jordan was never the underdog in the final. Maybe once in 1991 against the Lakers because of the Lakers, but Michael Jordan was never the underdog.
Jordan just had Pippen.
He was never the underdog. LeBron's teams compete that Golden State team, especially with Kevin Durant. LeBron was the underdog. He was definitely underdog. In Miami, he was not, which is when Dallas beat him that first year, like, oh man. So I could see LeBron's legacy taking a hit with that loss to Dirk's Dallas team, or even the San Antonio team, because those teams were evenly matched. But I think those are two legit losses for LeBron's career. But the other ones, his teams really had no business there. He was just so much better than everybody else that he willed those teams to, but he never had like a real legit them two outside of Kyrie.
I don't know what episode this is, but
This is 35?
Something. 36.
36?
36.
36.
That's the day Jesus died.
No.
The age he was when he died, wasn't
33.
he? I'm kidding. I just wanted to see if you knew. I know it's 33.
You should get your Bible from China. No, I'm kidding.
I got a Team U Bible. I wish that joke did better. I have a joke in my act about the Team U.
Maybe because you pronounce it Team U.
Because my wife is Russian, people still dude, a famous comedian just did it on TV. He said mail order. He was talking about Russian or Filipino.
Yeah.
But think about it. When's the last time you mail ordered anything? That was the fucking 90s you mail ordered.
The last time you had a pen pal.
Exactly, mail order. But we still say a mail order bride.
Yeah.
Why? You should say online bride.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because it's not.
And but I always wonder why that joke doesn't do better. Which you got to order from Temu. I told you my Temu story, right?
But I think that's because you pronounce it Temu. If you said Temu, maybe.
Temu?
Yeah, Temu.
The joke is that in Temu, I
Temu.
ordered for my son. He was in the Boy Scouts at the time. He was really into it. I ordered him a hiking stick that collapsed, and it could like crush a rock. It could like attach like a knife to it for self-defense, and like fire starter inside of it. It was this fancy, and they made it look so good on Facebook. And I ordered that shit. You know how long that took? I ordered it in October. It didn't come until January 30th.
Jeez.
I couldn't give it to him for Christmas.
God.
And then it comes. And Terrence, the fucking walking stick was, you ready for this? It was 12 inches long. What? In God's name. A midget would use a bigger walking stick. It was literally made for an imaginary person, for like a doll. It was this one piece,
like a ruler.
But in the advertisement on Facebook, it was like 6 parts that screwed together, and I got just the one part at the end. Okay. But I think it was the whole one. They somehow.
Terrible.
You think they just forgot to ship me the other parts, or they were just like, let's send them a walking stick for Vern Troyer?
Yeah.
He couldn't use that. It was too short for him. Waited 3 months for that.
Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
We're back. Holiday
season. Commencing with Alex.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle. Oh, no, let's do another one. Ready? Terrence, I got one for you. You're going to like this one. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. Rosacea or a tumor. All of the other reindeer made fun of him. Something. Scumbags making fun of his reindeer. They're bullying him. And they should be canceled.
And they never said, hey, he got a cocaine problem, and they should have supported him.
And then how does the song go? Exactly. And how does the song go? And one more evening, Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh? DEI hire. He felt bad for him. That's a DEI hire. You should not have been hired. A controversial hire. He hired a handicapped person to guide his sleigh.
You think that sleigh went to Epstein's Island?
No.
You never know. You never know.
We talked about this. There's so many people that went to Epstein's Island now.
Oh, God.
That you think it's... did we talk about this on the podcast?
I don't think so. Maybe
a lot of people went there that didn't... They were just like there for parties.
Right.
Because he had parties there. So like...
but just to be associated with it.
Can you imagine you have to explain that to somebody like... yeah, I did go to Epstein Island. No, hold on, let me explain.
Yeah.
It was a party. It was just cocktails. I didn't know anything. You have to explain that to your loved one.
That is crazy. Just like the Diddy parties. There are people that went, never saw anything. However, the fact that you were there made you kind of sus a little bit.
Yeah. Does it tarnish your reputation?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because I forgot who it was, but someone was there. Was like, hey, I went to him. But I never seen any rooms that and the freaky stuff. I went and I left. And everybody's like, sure you did.
So you want to talk about something that happened to you?
Welcome to episode 36.
Episode 36.
36.
It's the holidays, but the holidays are sad. The holidays are sad, David.
Post Thanksgiving.
Post Thanksgiving.
How was
sad
your
things?
how was your Thanksgiving, first of all?
It was good.
Ate a lot?
Oh yeah.
Too much?
Food coma every year.
Jeez.
Every year now.
I didn't eat. I think I did pretty good. I cooked a lot as usual, but I didn't overeat.
I think once you hit your late 40s, you have a hangover from just eating a little too
If
much,
you,
right?
yeah.
I used to have hangover from massive amounts of alcohol.
I used to
And
have.
now food hangover.
I remember there was a Thanksgiving that I ate so much tears came out of my eye. I couldn't finish. I just slid and I could not move.
Dude, so I'm 48. I had one time went to a party, drank like a lot of beer, like 9 beers, and that's a lot at 48. Got really drunk, and for 3 days my head, so I got a hangover the next day, and like 2 or 3 days more, massive pounding headaches, didn't feel good, and I went to a doctor, and I'm like, listen, I think something's wrong with me. I told him, so he's like, oh no, your hangovers, that's just your hangover. It lasts like 3 to 4 days.
Jeez.
When you're 48, would you think you're gonna get over it in a day like you're 30?
Jeez.
That's welcome to your new hangovers. They last forever.
My
Can't drink anymore.
Was in my 20s. I threw up 2 times from drinking, and that's why I don't like over drinking. I drink 1 or 2, but that's it.
Such an altar boy.
No, altar boy. But I hate.
Oh, David.
That's a bit of my joke. But yeah, I remember it was in my 20s. I ate and I literally slid down off the bed like this. Tear fell in my eyes, and I had to wait.
What is it about the? You think it's because it's just food everywhere? It's like the all-you-can-eat buffet thing.
Kind of, sort of.
You don't stop.
You're supposed to, and it's. I mean, turkey. Once a turkey is done, it's a fantastic tasting piece of meat. Man.
Also, turkey, which a lot of people don't like. Me and David both like turkey. I love turkey.
Not like.
But
love.
turkey does have tryptophan,
Yeah.
which puts you to sleep and gives you that weird hangover.
Yeah.
Right?
It does.
It's like the worst food I guess you could kind of eat.
But I do different dishes. I like to cook from scratch, and I'll tell you, thanks Tim, before we move on. For years, my lovely wife, would always say to me, "Why don't you cook a couple of things the day before so you don't have to do everything the day
Meal
of?"
prep.
Yes, and I went, "Scoffed woman, be gone! That is not pure. I'm for the pure cooking experience of Thanksgiving. Be gone with you, immigrant woman."
You're chatting too much, woman. Lock your mouth.
Right.
David
Right.
taught me that.
but she was right, because last year I had my parents up, and I cooked the rice and peas. I did the pie. I did.
My wife does it now every year. It's the
It
best.
was
Isn't that
so
the greatest feeling? Liberating.
Dude,
you wake up and you got nothing to do.
I just got up in the morning,
Open the oven
put the
and
turkey in, and do the vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
And that was it.
yeah.
12
You know what
o'clock,
you're doing?
done.
What's funny is what we're doing now is that's what professional chefs would laugh at you. Bourdain said that. He's like, that's what like amateurs do. Like people at home, they cook the day. No, every professional kitchen chef, like if you go to a kitchen to get a salad, everything was already prepped a day in advance.
Yeah.
Vegetables were
Common sense.
julienne chopped this in
Common
advance. You don't
sense.
do it the day
Common
of. You
sense.
lose your mind.
And listen, it's
know.
so easy. I was like, hold on, I have nothing else to do. Am I missing something? It was done.
Yeah. Terrence, how's your vegan Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving, your vegan Thanksgiving? What did you eat? A tofurkey?
Tofu.
What'd you have?
I had a bunch of. I had like tempeh type stuff. Was my meat substitute, I guess.
Meat substitute.
So you
Pumpkin mac and cheese.
pumpkin mac and cheese?
Sweet potato casserole.
So good.
No, that sounds
It
good.
was so good.
Well, hold on. My wife is also vegan, so that's the punchline. She's also vegan. No, she made a lot of good vegan dishes. My wife did a vegan mac and cheese with a crispy, like she toast buttered with like. No, it wasn't vegan actually. She did like butter toasted, like you ever put on top of the mac and cheese like that butter toasted?
Didn't you have my
What's it
mac?
called?
You,
Hang on,
you
hang
had
on.
my macaroni
I did.
pie, and the top was crispy.
It was all right, but you know what? Your macaroni pie made me feel really weird. What was inside? Like Scotch bonnet peppers? What was mixed in there?
Got
It had a
some.
weird flavor. What
Got it.
was it?
It's not weird, bro. You gotta get used to it. That's the real flavor. That was the cheese, my friend.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I liked it. So Terrence had a vegan, and that's good. Terrence said he had all kind of vegan stuff,
No
casseroles.
tryptophan to put you to sleep, Terrence. How about that? How did that work out for you?
I feel great.
Yeah, you know sleeping, right?
No, I drove home at like midnight.
I know. Imagine a vegan Thanksgiving. Nobody's full. People just get up all feeling normal and good. Do you drink? Did you drink? And no alcohol. Oh my God. Jesus. Did you have a sermon afterwards? Lord Almighty. Ned Flanders over there.
That's hilarious. Maybe, yeah, but you were saying, alluding about the sad holidays. I mean,
Sad. The holidays are sad. You know, you just went to a funeral. You want to
yeah.
talk about it? You don't have to.
I talk about it, man.
Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, my
The
neighbor.
person that you know that died was 94 years
Yes,
old.
yes.
And what did I call you and tell you when you were all acting sad? I said, you grabbed that family by the collar and said, she lived 94 years old. What else do you fucking want? What else do you want? Listen to me.
That is so.
90. What's the life expectancy, Terrence? Guess what it is, you know? He's going to look it up for us, our lovely producer, Terrence. I know what it is. You don't have to look it up. For women, it's, I believe in this country, 80 or 81, maybe 79.
No.
79 for women. It's always a little higher for women.
Yeah, but-
It is, what is it?
81.
81 years in the U.S.?
Men is 75.
Men is 76 because they kill us early
Jeez.
with their words. Blah, 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 die.
No, but she-
Look. 5 years of this. This is what knocks off 5 years.
God. No, she was a
never-
she was a sweetheart, and I
that's-
have her in my act. You know, when I talk about her in my act,
You do.
yeah.
David has a hilarious joke about her. When she was alive, a hilarious joke.
Yeah. She was British. I don't know if I should say her name.
No, don't.
No,
It's okay.
but she was a sweet spirit. Because she welcomed us when we first moved to the neighborhood. She was like, "You guys are getting along. You're enjoying it." She's like, "Any questions? Let me know." She said, "For you have a baby daughter." She's like, "If you ever need to have her picked up off the school bus, you can't make it. Let us know. Tell me, and we'll do it." You know, she was really sweet.
Oh, they were just.
I remember one of the funniest things was maybe 10 years ago. I had
You're like glowing talking about her. You liked her, huh? You liked
no, I
her
like
a
her.
lot.
She was good. She was
You
fun.
were-
It was
yeah, you
fun,
liked
you
her.
know. And I'll get into what I learned about her today at the funeral service. I didn't get my car. I hadn't got my car started.
How many
My
people at the funeral?
Cousin, a sizable amount, maybe 50.
50?
Maybe 50, 60, yeah.
All right, that many people didn't like
Yeah,
her.
it's not like
Just
no,
50?
Idiot. No, it's,
All right,
it's-
never mind. Not so loved apparently.
Jeez, wow.
No, that's actually a lot.
So.
My mother's funeral was less than that.
Yeah.
That's just family. Sometimes it's just family, and that's it.
I grew up going to Black Caribbean funerals, so you got hundreds of people. I'm used to hundreds.
Can you imagine an Indian funeral?
Yeah,
It's just the whole
jeez.
village.
You know,
Lord.
and then because certain religions, Islam, Judaism, they bury within a few days.
Yeah.
Right? Christians, they put you in the freezer, on ice. So they probably wait 4 or 5 to everybody could possibly make it from all ends of the world, and after 6 weeks, then they have a funeral. But
No, I'm Catholic. They put my mom. They could wait for it's like a week or two. It's like a couple weeks.
but you're white. I'm talking about black, Black Caribbean. They
Why?
put you on ice because it's everybody's got to come go. So you get hundreds of people at a time, bro.
Oh man, on ice. It's a little creepy the way you say it. I always think of like a fish at a restaurant. Like we got these little snappers on ice. Grandma snapper on ice. Oh, that's creepy. Not creepy. Now you picture like a fish tray. It's grandma in there. You know.
But no, she was. I remember I had my car out. She came up to me and she's like, "David, we haven't seen you in a while. We called you and the phone wasn't working. What's good?" And the funny thing about it, I had tools on, and she looked at me like, "You don't know how to use those, do you? What are you doing?"
Tools.
Right? And now she was like, "No." She's like, "No, we were worried." I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm just working." I didn't even hear the phone was ringing, and she was actually literally concerned. That's like,
Was that brought up at the funeral though? That how old she was?
by her husband, because he's also 94.
Like, what could you ask more?
So
Look, we just looked up the life expectancy for women. It's 81.1 years. She outlived the average woman by 13 years. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And 81's an old age.
She.
You can't ask for more. What do you want to? But what did I jokingly say to you? Hold that thought. But what did I jokingly say to you? What did you want to die at 117? Like what? Oh, she didn't make it to the tender age of 137.
I mean, but
Right?
I mean, when I
know it's still a sadness.
I know.
She
When
died.
when you look at life, because it was a person that was once here. When I came, even though she was in her 80s, she was still driving up and down, driving around, driving all over.
When did she stop driving?
She had maybe about 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, because of her back. because she had back issues.
So she stopped
But her
driving
husband still
about
drives.
88. And
He
how
still
old is he?
drives.
How old is he?
He's 94 as well.
Whoa, still drives?
Last year,
Any dents on that car?
one or two. Last year, you know what he said to me? You know what he said to me last year? He goes, "The last time I was on my roof, I was 85 years old."
85 on the
He
roof?
goes, yeah, I don't go up on my roof anyway. Last time I went up on my roof, I was 85 years old. Like he's saying he was like 35, but he's very independent. They're very
Jamaican neighbor went up on the roof.
Oh yeah.
And that David's Jamaican neighbor went up on the roof, and thank God he didn't fall. That was just nuts. Chocolate rain.
I went over to him.
Chocolate rain.
You gotta leave me hanging, bro.
That's called that Jamaican guy falling off roof. Chocolate rain. I picture it was like chocolate rain. Come on, that's the YouTuber, right? Trey, what's his name?
Yeah.
Look up Chocolate Rain. We got a guy who knows his name. Tazon Day, Chocolate Rain.
Is he American? He's not American.
He had that crazy deep voice.
Yeah. Chocolate Rain became a viral sensation. He's from Minnesota. Oh, wow.
Minneapolis.
Wow. But again, it shows too, and I know that's a Caribbean man thing.
Jamaican rain. Sorry, no more. We're done with that.
I was like, I said,
That's a tough.
I was like, yo,
know.
you gotta. I said, it's
Do it
I said,
themselves,
do it
fix
tomorrow.
anything.
Yeah.
Fix anything. Nothing can stop them.
Yeah.
Do it themselves. Tell him you can't do it. He'd probably do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. My uncle's similar to that. I don't think he's on the roof, but he probably would to fix something to go up there.
Those people like that do that, like Jamaican people.
Yeah.
Like
Caribbean
my
people.
father is like that. He's old. He's 84 now. Going to be 84. He could fix anything like that. Eastern Europeans are like that.
Yep.
Spanish people like that. That generation, that breed of person though, is dying out.
Yeah.
When they're gone, you're gonna have just people who are like, I can do computers, but I can't fix anything. Or I'm a mechanic, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But these guys knew everything.
Yeah,
You know?
my uncle, because what he did was furniture making. He'd make mahogany furniture. I'm 51.
But they didn't limit this. They were
Hold
like
on.
plumbers. They could
I'm
do electrical
51.
work.
There are chairs that are still back in Barbados that was around before I was born.
That he made.
That he made. You just got to clean it up. You ever heard about the term Morris chair? Pull it up. Can you
Morris
pull it up,
chair?
Terrence? Morris chairs. Morris chairs. It's made out of mahogany.
Morris chair.
Yeah.
Oh, those are comfortable Morris
Oh,
chairs.
do Morris chair.
Does not look
Barbados.
comfortable,
Barbados.
man.
See what comes up.
That looks comfortable.
See that right there? Boom, that's it.
Ooh, Morris chair.
Yeah, those what he made. Those what my uncle
Interesting.
made.
Is that a Caribbean thing?
I don't know.
No,
probably,
it's just
yeah.
like a
But
chair thing,
I
right?
would say it's probably a British thing.
Right, because of England.
Yeah, but
British-
those were handmade. And what would happen is my uncle would make the chairs, and my auntie, that first chair, that's that thing on the seat. That's called cane, and you call it caning. So you'd thread like this thing. It's like a cane peel, right? And you run it all through the back of the chair, just like that. My aunt did that. He would
Oh,
make the
right.
chair,
So
yeah.
they look like what would you call that?
Caning. We'd call it caning.
Oh, they make a synthetic version of office chairs now, right? Where you can kind of almost see through it.
Yeah, but
back of your
mesh.
chair?
But it's not
Mesh?
even the same thing. But
He
just like
handmade
that,
that.
my uncle,
He handed that.
Yeah, he handed that, and my aunt would do the caning, and I remember her sitting doing this, putting it like this big reel, and you just stick through the holes and pull it
Handmade
through.
item.
Pull it through, and you put the peg and knock it. It was manual, just a manual process. That's
By the way, that reminds me of my first joke I ever heard from. One of the first jokes I heard was
that shit.
Angela.
Hold on, $600 to $1,000. That's what it's worth today.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. What's worth 600 to?
Ranging from
the chair?
antique furniture. Yeah, look,
Handmade.
double Morissetti.
Double
That's
Morissetti.
That's a British term, settee. We've never said couch growing up. It's always the settee. Sit in the settee. Don't sit in the settee. Don't put your foot in the settee. Yeah, settee.
That was such a big thing.
It was.
But you know what was a big thing in the 80s, 90s that's not as big of a thing now?
What?
You remember this, Terrence, when a big thing was saying it's a handmade item?
Yeah.
It's a handmade item.
Then they moved away.
Why do you think that's not being said that much anymore? Because there's almost no handmade items anymore.
Because also, not only that, what else? Why do you think? What else?
I don't know, because stuff is still handmade in China, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see,
Why? Why do they get rid of
those
that?
chairs? Last a lifetime. You don't have to every 5 years get new chairs. Those chairs, when you built those things, they lasted a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like sometimes someone would come to our house
Furniture was like lasted
see.
forever, sure.
and would love it and go, I want it. And my uncle would sell the chairs that was there,
Everything is pressed
give it
wood
to him,
now.
and then make
IKEA.
a fresh set. And that's how it was. But to close this out,
There's no
what-
closure. We're keeping this open.
I know,
buddy.
but I'm saying, talking about my neighbor, because about 10 years ago, I was doing a wine tasting like right in Greenberg Center, right there, in a liquor store, and it was a blizzard, literally a blizzard. And then I see these two old people walking, coming down the hill on Norwood Road, and I went outside. I was like, "What are you guys doing?"
them?
It was them. Because he went movie time. Because it was a movie theater.
94,
movie time. But
wow.
they weren't in the 80s then.
84. They were only 84.
But then you know what she said to me? She goes, "David, you don't have a jacket on while you're outside. You don't want to catch a girl. Go back inside." I said, "But I saw you guys." She said, "We're wearing jackets."
Oh yeah, that generation thinks you get pneumonia.
She's like,
if don't have a jacket.
she's like,
Yeah.
"We're wearing jackets. Go on back inside." But that's how she was, man. So rest in peace for her, for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna miss her, sweet lady. And
But speaking of the handmade item thing, you notice that though? You don't hear that around anymore. Handmade item.
because you know why? Like I said, those things lasted for a generation. You know, those things lasted and what would happen is you have people that would live in this country, right? And they would move back to Barbados and want their furniture shipped down with them. They ship their furniture down, and then it would get, I don't know, broken or chipped in moving, and then it come to my uncle to fix it. And he'd go, "I can't do anything with it." He said, "If I put a hammer on this, the whole thing's gonna fall apart."
Yeah.
He couldn't fix it because this is, you know, mahogany what is?
Mahogany is
Solid wood. That's what wardrobes were made of. Dining table sets, dressing room sets were all made of
I
mahogany.
don't know too much about wood. I know that stuff for outdoor that they use for ships. It's called teak.
Yeah.
Wait, is it teak? Is
it?
teak for ships? That's the deck of ships. That has to be so hard and so weather resistant.
I know about
teak is crazy weather.
Purple heart, green heart, deal wood. That was a lighter wood that we
anything
make
you're
kites
talking
out of, maybe cricket bats.
Guess what's one of the most rarest
heavy.
woods in the world? You know what it is? It's in Hawaii when I lived there, and I bought one little item made from it. It was so expensive. I bought a little wooden bowl, and that thing was like $80 20 years ago. It's called koa wood. Google koa wood. Do you know what it is?
No.
Only grown, I believe, in a couple of Pacific Islands and now only in Hawaii.
Okay.
Koa wood, let me tell you something about it. Hawaiians have made canoes out of it. Now, it's as light as pine, but harder than oak.
Yeah.
And it's oilier than any other wood. So what does that mean? You put in the water?
No water.
Nothing. So they would make canoes out of koa, and they would cross the Pacific with those canoes 500 years ago.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't. Yeah, koa, crazy expensive.
You know what would happen? My uncle would order wood from the lumber company.
Koa.
right?
Sorry, Terrence. Can you Google how much more koa there is in the world and where it's grown?
So my uncle
Fascinating.
would order this mahogany. It would come like on a truck, and he sent it straight to his friend house who had like this humongous machine called a plane. So he would chip off all the tree bark, right? And then we bring it back to the
Planer.
workshop. Yeah, planer,
Right.
right? And you put it under some galvanized, and it would stay out in the yard until he's ready to build something. Because then you would see him pick up the wood and eye it to make sure it's straight before he
I
brings
love
it
the way
in.
you did that. I just
Yeah.
picture seeing your uncle there.
Yeah,
Uncle?
he's picking up. He look at it like this.
Got to do this. I was gonna.
Yeah, and the process was he didn't have any of these tools that you have today.
Guess
He
who
had
has a?
hand plane?
Yeah.
Plane. I was
They
like,
did it all by hand. You know who? He was like a black Jesus.
what do you mean a black Jesus? Jesus
He was
black.
black. You know who has a koa guitar?
Who?
And she had it forever until she stopped doing. She might still be using it as Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
All the major koa guitar, dude. If you ever Google yourself koa guitar, how expensive they are, I'm gonna guess in the 10 to 20,000 range.
Taylor? No, Coma.
Oh, hers got to be. Look at these prices.
wow.
5,000 for a koa
Starting
acoustic
at
guitar,
5,000. Jeez,
if it's even real koa.
if it is.
Is it koa wood?
Probably mixed with something, maybe. Is it pure? Is it pure wood? Pure
Oh, this might
cover?
not be made of koa. Oh, koa series guitars, starting at 4,800.
Where is the cover from?
Yeah, it's
Because
beautiful wood, beautifully
I'd
marbled
to
wood.
have it must be core. You know
I
what?
love that look.
You know what I'm doing? Duolingo. I'm writing a bit about Duolingo.
What are you learning? What language?
French, Spanish, Italian, and German. I just added
Learning
German.
all four?
At one point. I take them back to back to back.
You have to subscribe and buy it.
You could, but I
do the free one?
I do the free
But
one.
doesn't it kick you off after a while if you do the
No,
free
but
one?
what it does is limit your exercises.
Oh,
'Cause
I want to do Duolingo.
Yeah, because I do it. I don't necessarily think it's gonna make you be able to speak a language. You know some words. Like I just added German for some reason at 11 o'clock 2 nights ago, and it was like cafe. I was like, okay, coffee. It was like milk, Milch bitte. I was like, milk, please.
You're learning German?
German, yeah. I will be able to add it to my app.
So many words that sound like
Yeah,
English.
it does. It was. I remember this girl I used to work with years ago. She was like, German is easy. I was like, German is not easy.
What do you think English is? It's a Germanic language.
It is a
Or it's
Germanic
rooted from Germany.
Yep.
Welcome and welcome.
Yeah. So a lot
I
of
think
words
something like 30% of our words in English
Yeah.
are Germanic.
Yeah.
Directly, you can hear the
It's
difference.
fun. It's fun. Give me something else to talk about. Like as we were talking about dipping into comedy for a minute, you got to live to have experiences. You got to live. Comedy is every day, and I don't think it's just a tragic event. Because I think a lot of people, it's turning tragedy and my pain into. That's one aspect of it, but it doesn't cover the entire. You don't have to have a fucked up childhood in order to be a good comedian. You know what I mean?
No.
Comedy comes from lots of forms.
You have a great childhood with
Yeah.
many stories.
Yeah.
And there's funny stuff in
Yeah,
that.
you don't
Sure.
have this whole thing that you got to be. Oh man, I'm just working out my pain because I'm messed up in the head. It doesn't have to be.
You
that
have
way.
to have a different outlook on things.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
a
have to be.
unique
I
outlook.
understand that aspect, but it doesn't make you necessarily a better comedian because you went through trauma. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
But we're talking about 94, old people, 94, she died. Yeah. He's 94, my dad's 83. When do you think is the time to retire? When do you think people should retire?
Depends
Stop
on.
working.
I think depends on what they do. Right. If it's physical stuff, obviously you can't physically do stuff. But like, what I admire about him is that he still drives every spring. He still plants. He's still planting and reaping. He used to volunteer at the nature center, teaching people how to grow vegetables and stuff. But she
Really?
taught him actually how to grow stuff.
Still
She's
green
"He doesn't know
thumb people,
anything
huh?
about it."
Wow. Green
So-
thumb.
Right. So I think as long as you have a passion, and you should not necessarily have to retire if you're getting paid for it. But
I'm not just talking about just like a job that is just a job to you now.
if it's just a job,
Doing it
then
a long time, you know?
yeah. If it's just a job, then
I don't want to work past 58.
I don't.
That's the magic number.
Here's what I saw.
62 is too old.
I saw people work for 30 years, right? And they got a gold watch, and that was it. A few years later, I've seen people retired years, not even 5 years, bro. They're gone. I was like, all of this stuff. So that's why I said, and I was actually talking to my boy today, Patrick. Shout out Patrick. We was talking today about, how I got into the arts, wanted to get into.
You were working in a bank.
Yeah, I was working at a bank. Yeah. But before that, because I
Gives me chills how depressing that is working in a bank. I have a joke about this, Terrence. You know that? Like I was talking to my cousin, my brother-in-law, and he was telling me about what he does as an accountant. Yeah. And after a minute in, he's like, well, then we take the forms and we process the number. As he's saying, I'm like, you do this instead of just killing yourself. You do that all day. Because that would end my life immediately if I had to do what you do.
This
one day.
So when
cry.
do you jump in front of the train? No, when is it?
And some people just enjoy that work,
which is fine.
Which is fine. We need them, right?
Right, we
wouldn't
do.
work.
But you know what?
An accountant.
I was like, because I would say I was raised pretty sheltered. I mean, the islands, everybody was in the 80s, right? I had a group of friends that could go out like on a Sunday night before school. Me? Are you crazy? We used to in this country it's called New Year's Eve. In the islands we call it All Year's Night, right?
What do you call it in the
All Year's Night.
Old. Say it one more time.
Old.
Like old
Years?
Old years night.
Yeah. All Year's
like
night.
Old Year's Night.
Yeah, as opposed to New Year's
Really?
Eve.
That's like a Caribbean thing.
Yes.
Old Year's Night.
Yeah, All Year's Night.
Interesting.
Right? So I think I was 16 or 15 at the time. So you were a little older than the guys from the neighborhood. Got to go out, hang out. I couldn't. You know why?
Why?
It was Sunday.
Why? So
That's how I grew up. My aunt would not let me go because it was Sunday. I was like,
Sunday you're not allowed to go out? Because it's the Lord's Day?
Yes, it's the Lord's Day. I was
She
like,
was really
I was
religious.
like, technically, it's gonna be Monday when I get back. So it's not really. I'm telling you, if I could have moved away that instant, I'd have gone. I'd have gone. I was like, yeah, I'm out.
Jesus, she was strict. She was like John Lithgow in Footloose. Nobody dancing. Nobody dances.
Wasn't that?
That's
Wasn't
the
that
devil's.
when,
That's the devil's joy.
when it came to church, she was When it came to church, because I didn't. It wasn't.
My grandma, one of my grandma, my dad's, she died like at 82 or 83, 84, like 20 years ago. My dad's mom, she was so religious. She went to church every day except one day. I believe 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Or 6 to 7 days a week, something like that. She went to church every day. That is insane to me. That is like if you're a Muslim and you have to pray 5 times a day. You're like, you know what? I'm going to pray 15 times a day. 5? I'm praying 15 to 20. You take your 5. All right? I'm praying 15 times a day.
So you're 5'15".
Can you imagine? You only have to go to church on Sunday. You're like, I'll go every day she went.
But you got to understand too that church was just more than church. It was community. Again, this is.
No, but she would go like alone.
Yeah.
It was just like,
But
she would just go alone and sit there, and look up, pray, and come back. She didn't have that many friends. She wasn't like a social person. She had a few.
You see, well, for us,
She was like a little bit of a.
she was social because she was the choir director.
Yeah, that brings me to introvert and extrovert. Like some people are just introverted, some people are extroverted. If you're extroverted, I believe you end up in churches and things like that.
Yeah.
I believe it.
You see, I was also raised to. I used to do plays in our church. I used to do recitations in our church for Christmas and everything. I'd play an instrument sometimes for Easter.
I was talking to a guy who's a psychologist the other day, and you know what he told me? He's a therapist, and he told me this. He goes, an extrovert, when you have you go out, and picture you're all out all night, and Terrence, I want you to get your opinion on this. You go out, and you have talking all night, and people are talking, you have a great time. Do you need to recover from that? You're an introvert. He's shaking his head, yes. You're an extrovert, right? You're like, no, I could do that all over again the next day. I could do that every day.
But I tell
it's
you
not a recovery. It actually feeds me, right?
But yeah.
So you and me are very extrovert. My wife, she'll say things like this. After a night out, and she's great. She's having fun.
Yeah.
We get in the car. She's like, I'm exhausted. I need like a week off. She needs to recover with a book in bed and a cup of cocoa. She can't go out for like a day or two. It's right? Are you like that? You're introverted.
I didn't understand this. When I first did Othello, right?
You need to murder somebody, bury him in your backyard to calm the demons down.
When I performed Othello, right? Because it's about 4 hours. My wife didn't understand that I didn't want to talk literally right after, because I was after going through all these emotions. You just want to be quiet for a little bit, and she was asking me a question like, "You're not answering." I was like, and then I didn't know that it was okay for me to feel like I didn't want to talk. I just needed to be down for a bit. This is my wife.
Okay.
As we were on the way back home, she was blah, 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 blah. I was like...
Is she introverted? She seems very introverted.
She is.
Right?
She is.
She talked to me for like 5 minutes. She's like, Alex, I got to go upstairs for a break. I must have wore her out 5 minutes. Way too many pleasantries. I need a little nap.
She's not...
Terrence is laughing. He's a real introvert. I could tell.
She's not obviously like me. I would go out and everybody would know who I am. She's would be there and nobody would know she's there.
You know how you could tell who an introvert is? Like, the way this guy explained it to me was like when my brother, I hang out with him. We go to see my father in Europe.
Yeah.
He's great the first day or two.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a nightmare. He's irritated with me.
Who, your father?
My brother.
Yeah.
Because I'm on vacation with him to see my father. Because I could still talk, but he's like, I had 2 days worth. I need like 3 days, or he needs to do his own thing for a few days.
Your brother or your dad?
Yeah.
Your brother?
And then we could talk again. But if we talk too much, it's like you get irritated.
Really?
It's like too much.
No, but I was saying earlier,
Get into arguments and stuff.
When I got here to live now, I'm living here. It's like, okay, I was born here. Where do I start? What do I do in school? So my godfather at the time had me take a whole bunch of tests: correction officer, police officer, firefighter.
Oh, this is the one who wanted you to do civil service jobs, right?
God. Here's the funny thing about that. He pushed me to do civil service jobs, and he quit his because he wanted to kill somebody. And he actually had a plan about how he was going to go about and do it. Because he had guns. And he was like, I'm going to go in, such and such time. He's like, the first one's going to get it, the elevator guy. Bam! Then I'm going to go upstairs because they're not going to know what's going to happen until I get right on the floor. Then I'm going to hit this person, that person. I looked at him like, he was talking about going postal.
Did he ever do it?
No, he didn't.
Why was he getting to that point?
It was being looked over.
He was disgruntled. That's the definition of disgruntled. He wanted to throw people off roof. Chocolate rain.
But here what happened. because this was the '60s, and it was different. Because he told me once he went upside his supervisor's head with a stapler for talking to him funny. He hit his supervisor in the head with a stapler.
Oh my God.
Didn't get fired, but just did not get promoted. So people would come for him to be trained.
It's a good situation. Should probably be fired for hitting somebody with a stapler.
But he wasn't. Listen to me. He had a shotgun next to his bed, like by the curtain. It was a shotgun. Under his pillow, he had a 22.
Was he married?
Oh no.
Yeah, somebody like that is definitely not married. A woman would not allow that.
He would sit. You would see him, this old guy. He's got a toothpick in his mouth. He's got a jacket on. He's got a hat on, like sitting right here. You're like, oh, this old man, maybe I could go. And what would happen is he'd be sitting with a newspaper in his lap like this, and you'd go test that old man, and you'd get click, clack, pop, 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 pop. If anybody was stupid enough to do it, I'm telling you, he was that guy.
Was he like in a dangerous situation? Lived in a dangerous neighborhood?
It was Brooklyn. It's regular Brooklyn.
It
It was
like,
at the time. Yeah,
you don't need to sit with a gun in like Westchester.
He owned a clothing store and a Frankfurter stand. All right?
I don't need to sit in Somers with any gun on my lap, my porch.
But this was Brooklyn in the '60s, which was New York City was crazy.
Era, yeah.
At one point,
robbing.
Somebody shot through his store and shot through a cake he had and all kind of stuff.
He was reacting to his environment.
Yeah.
So that's
at that point, he shot a dog once too. Shot a dog. He shot a dog dead.
What was the dog doing?
Jumping on his dog.
Oh yeah.
And he warned the owner, "Do not have your dog jump on my dog again. Do not do it. Do not allow it. Because if you do it again, I'll blow the brains out of your dog." Well, he didn't listen. He allowed his dog to jump.
Well, the dog was kind of assaulting his dog.
And then he went, "Brah." I was like, ugh. And he was like, "Did you believe that they took me down to the station and looked into my butthole?"
Ironically, you had a neighbor also, I heard, that was Chinese, and they had a big meal the next night.
Oh my God!
It was a delicious feast of what? No, what are you talking? Why are you laughing? Why is the producer laughing? I'm just saying, coincidentally, had a delicious feast of General Tso's chicken the next day, and then you went over and had. No, they do. They're not related at all. That's on you for laughing. I don't even know what you're laughing about.
I'm the terrible guy, right?
I'm just saying that.
As I sit in my holiday sweater,
great feast.
just comparing the stories, David is a very bad person.
Well, you did it first. You talked. You connected the dots before I even drew the lines.
That reminds me of you remember that video with the Australian guy that's like, he went to the Chinese store. He's like, "I'm enjoying just a succulent Chinese dinner."
My wife had dog. My wife's eating dog. Yeah, they eat dog. Remember, my wife's from Central Asia, Russia. That's almost Asia, right? Central Asia. Russia, Central Asia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, all those stans. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan.
Did you ever had moose milk?
Tajikistan. What are all the stands? And then Asia, but that area is so Asia influenced. They eat wild. They're like wild dogs. They're like some kind of species. Can we look it up, Terrence? You mind looking up what kind of dogs do they eat in Central Asia?
It's not going to allow him to type that. His vegan fingers is not.
I know. I'm asking Terrence to like
trembling right now. He's like
trembling. Central Asia.
There's no evidence.
That is a big difference. So it's going to change. While Central Asia has many dog breeds such as this.
Dog meat consumption is not widespread in the region, and the information available on dog meat consumption in Asia.
So it's like a taboo thing there. I heard in Asia, even in China, it's very taboo now. It's very few people do it.
Because it's not a thing now. People evolve and get away. And
but you haven't lived till you've really eaten panda or baby seal. Just absolutely exquisite. Kidding. I use that joke.
I know.
My act. Kidding.
Back to. We was talking about my friend how we got into. My dad used to make movies.
Your dad used to.
Yeah, in the '80s, he was a movie called. It's entitled "Across Two Continents." I mean, we don't know whatever happened.
Genre. What was the genre of movie?
I think it was coming. It was the mid '80s, so it was an independent type of like. I don't know if it was a black exploit. I don't think it was black exploitation, but it was definitely like black.
Yeah, what do they call those movies? Black exploitation.
Exploitation, yeah, films.
Right.
Because they were the ones that made the film, but this was kind of similar to oh wow, look at that right there. David Beckel's film.
Speaking of which,
Oh, wow.
what do we have coming out?
Oh, we
If
have.
you're listening to this podcast right now, which hopefully is before December 13th, 7 p.m. at Mount Kisco Cinemas, AB Cinemas, is a premiere, the one night only showing of our movie, where I have the lead role. You're the supporting actor.
Yeah.
Of Mamochka, a film by Valon Trub Film Company.
Yeah.
One night only.
One night only.
At Mount Kisco AB Cinemas.
Yeah.
Mount Kisco, Westchester. 7 p.m. December 13th. Get your tickets. There's no link or anything. You actually can't even buy. It's such an old theater.
Yeah,
it's an
you
old school theater.
gotta go.
There's no link for tickets. You just show up. You know.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there. You can meet us.
But that's,
Come on out to the movie.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Google, and you know what? I have actually tried to do some research on it. It was called Across Two Continents.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put Judge John Phillips. Judge John Phillips. Let me see.
What is the movie about? Fiction or?
Let me see. Here it is. It was a kung fu. Yeah.
Is this
Has to
it?
do with interracial love, and that's the erasing the kung fu judge, because he was actually a judge in the civil court in Brooklyn.
Who was?
The producer and writer of this film.
Your dad was the actor in it?
Yes.
Oh, when you say he made a film, I thought you meant he was the director.
No, he was in the
actor in the movie.
He was an actor in the movie. My father had a fantastic physique, man. He was a weightlifter.
Can you click images? I want to see if his dad shows up.
I don't think it's there. You see that the third one? That's the movie theater, because those are a couple of theaters that the judge owned at the time. But what happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Those were two independent.
He never stuck with acting though, right?
It was different, because I think he had his hedges bet on that film taking off, because it was supposed to be like a series of films dealing with this across two continents. That's a picture of him right there, Judge John Phillips. That's him right there. Yeah. In his older.
That's the guy who made the movie.
Yeah, his older age. That was him, and you know, yeah, he was a civil court judge, I believe. Yeah, and I have to do more research to see what happens to, because across two continents. There were two. That theater right there, I believe, was on Bedford Avenue.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah, on Fulton Street and Bedford Avenue.
Is that Bed-Stuy?
Yes, and then the second one was technically in Crown Heights on Nostrand Avenue.
What's the theater called?
One is the Slave. It was Slave 1 and Slave 2. The Black
That's the
Lady
theater?
Theater.
It's called?
That's what the name
It's
of it
called the
was.
Slave.
Look at
Theater?
it right there. It's Slave Theater. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Jesus
That's what he called
Christ.
it. That's what he called it. Slave Theater. That's what he named it.
The theater.
Yes. Look at there on his articles. That's it right there. That was him. See that? Slave 1.
Wow.
And the other one was called Slave 2. Yes.
I love those old style, old timey theaters, right?
Yeah.
There's still a couple left like that.
Yeah. And they had, It was independently
Is that
owned.
Al Sharpton?
Yeah, that was
young Al
big,
Sharpton.
Big Al Sharpton.
Yeah, fat Al Sharpton, right? Pre-Ozempic Al Sharpton.
Yeah. The
He
theater,
lost the weight before Ozempic.
Regent. Yeah. But I have to do some research to see if I can find out what actually happened to those films, because this was the 80s. There's no digital. Everything is film.
Everything was. I know.
And I literally watched like one of the final cuts of it, right? Because my father's character was called Patch. Patch, right? Because he wore a patch, and if I can remember the line distinctly, somebody said to him, "It was 4," and he was like, "No," he said 6, right? He's like, "No," he said 6. So this used to be on Fulton and Atlantic Avenue. He had a gym there that you would work out. You would box and do kung fu, learn kung fu in that gym.
My son's learning boxing right now.
Yeah?
He's really into boxing. He just started. He's like 3 weeks, two weeks
No
in.
more Boy Scouts.
No, he stopped Boy Scouts already like a year ago, and
That's good for him.
he wanted to work on getting laid, and it's the Boy Scouts, you know.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, but
he also fought with Brooklyn's political establishment, both black and white.
but I love that, like kung fu. They taught kung fu.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to learn kung fu. Like kung fu. We were just talking about Bruce Lee at the
But see,
beginning of this, right?
I was so young. I have memories because I remember going into the gym and there'd be people boxing and working out, and they had like they even had like sweatshirts and stuff. It had like a gorilla in the middle. It was red, black, and green. This was the '80s, so things weren't as accessible as now because look, the movie we did was shot independently.
I feel like David's having a midlife crisis on this podcast
Really?
live. Yeah. Like the last 20 minutes. you're like, and then we were like, you got like great stories.
Yeah, he's like,
I know what you mean, man. You're starting to feel old, right?
last time I'll be vulnerable in front of you, you jackass.
No, I love what you're telling me.
Yeah, I know that.
Today I was having a conversation at work, and there's these people that are new. There's like students, and they're like students, and they're like the two of them. They're like early 20s, and one's like 26, and they're talking. And I'm talking to them, and I'm realizing like I'm old enough to be their dad now.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
Yeah, a little bit.
And they could even be older. They could be 30, and I'm old enough to be their dad.
So yeah.
You know?
If you had
But realistically, a guy who has
slip
kids in
up
his
early.
mid 20s, late 20s,
right.
late 20s, even like 30, I'm old enough to be their dad.
Right.
That's
But you
nuts.
think about how fast life is. It goes by.
Flies by.
Because I remember being 19 and 20. My daughter's 19. I remember being that age.
Life flies by. That should be a motto. Life flies by. Don't let life fly by like a black man falling off a roof.
Jeez.
Like a Jamaican man falling off a roof who tried to do his own Christmas lights. Chocolate rain. That's the theme of this. No, life just flies by, man. It's out of control.
So I think every time you should stop and evaluate and look at life.
Did you have a midlife crisis yet?
I may be having it right now.
It doesn't have to be a crisis. It's like that's a strong word, so people go, I never had a crisis. I never had a panic or a meltdown. It's not what it is. That could also mean like you're just thinking a lot about life and
Right.
mortality.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in the second half of this football game.
yeah,
I'm in the fourth. Some people are in the fourth quarter. I feel like I'm in the beginning of the.
Late third.
No, stop it. Beginning of the third, late third.
No, second half just started, man.
So you saying I'm 70?
No, but you know what
if
it is?
you live to 94, we're in basically me and you were in the first third of the third quarter.
There's like 10 minutes left in the third. 10,
Don't
18.
say that. That
10,
means
18.
less than
It's got 12 minutes a quarter.
No, not even halfway through the third.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's 10 minutes left. So it's,
10 minutes.
it's 12 minutes per quarter. So
No, I'd say like 9 minutes left in the third. That's where we are.
I'm going to go 10, 18. 10
Right?
minutes,
We
18.
just started.
We're on a timeout.
There's still hope that we could turn this
Time
game
out.
around in a minute, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like I was saying, but when I pursued acting, I never really put that together with what my dad did, and I'm like, here I am, kind of doing the same thing because we even talked about it, my dad and I, and he said to me, because every time I have a show and I tell him, he says, go put your foot in the ass, go put your.
You
foot
always
in the ass.
viewed it like you have your own path, right? And then you
Yeah.
realize my dad kind of did the same.
Yeah, before me, because he said this to me, which I think he bring us closer as we got older. He said he did it at a time where there was no support for it.
Yeah.
You understand? There was no independent actor. The circle he was around, nobody didn't believe you were gonna be no actor. His best friend was an R&B singer.
How did he get into it though? Because that time that was harder to get into it, right?
I guess I think because the judge was in the neighborhood, so he was in the neighborhood all the time, seeing this guy.
Oh,
say,
they
hey
ran
man,
in- did they run
got
into
a
each
good,
other?
Good physique, whatever. Have you ever acted and da da da?
Oh, so
maybe,
he got
yeah.
discovered.
Yeah,
That's
kinda
a
like
different
that.
story.
Yeah. I believe I would have a conversation with him about him again because on the Slave 2 theaters on Nostrand Avenue, I think it's called the Black Lady Theater now, right? There is some paintings. You have African, they call it African American, and the African Islander. My dad actually posed for the picture of the African Islander, right? I vividly remember when he went to pose for that picture. He had a great pair of gray slacks on, no no belt, anything, because again he was in shape, man, and he had this baby blue shirt. And I was like, "You're not gonna wear a suit or anything?" He's like, "No, this is." He had a nice form-fitting pants, almost like bell bottoms.
Yeah.
And his shirt. And is that the Black Lady Theater? If you Google the Black Lady Theater on Nostrand Avenue, huh?
That was it. That's it, too.
That's what it says. Black Lady Theater, Brooklyn.
I think we just saw, ladies and gentlemen, we just saw Black Jesus.
Okay.
One of those
All right,
pictures.
well, let me see. Go scroll down.
Was that Black Jesus in that last picture though? Before it was, right? Right there?
Yes.
Black Jesus.
Right. That is.
I love how our producer just like circled it with his mouse.
I like to say it's regular Jesus. No.
So what did your dad tell me what your dad said to you when you were
No. He said to me.
So
He
go
said.
put your
He
foot
said.
up in the
He always said, "Go put your foot in the ass." And he says, you're doing it." He says, "I started." He said, "You're doing it like me, but you've taken it much further."
with
And
the
you-
comedy?
and-
He supports
yeah,
it.
with comedy
That's
and the
nice.
accent. Yeah, he's like, go do. He's
Yeah.
like, go do it. He's like, go
Yeah.
do it. He goes. But you're doing it. He goes, you're doing it. You just got to keep doing it and keep moving.
That's good. That's so that you got the support.
Yeah, and because growing up, how I grew up in Barbados. I mean, Rihanna is younger than I am, but I know she did not. There was no programs, no course you can take that sets you up to be an international icon.
I think you just accidentally fall into music. She did, right? She kinda started singing,
listen,
church, or
listen.
whatever.
She's not the first one that was in singing. I'm in the school with girls that sang really well, but the option of where does
You
it
got to
go?
have something else
Right?
that we're not talking about. You
Shut-
got to also be very pretty, right? No, you have to be. I know people in the music industry have told me it's not an easy industry to make it in. You could be the most talented singer if you're not. We've got 5 minutes.
Market.
If you're not pretty,
Ability.
you got to have a little bit. It's a little different for them. I think it's harder for musicians. You can be the best actor in the world. Some of them are not even good looking. But you're a great actor. It's not. It's just about your
undeniable.
acting skill.
And long story
Comedy.
short,
If you make people laugh, you don't have to be the prettiest. It'll get you ahead if you're also pretty.
Yeah.
You're funny
right?
or handsome
Right.
for men, but you got to be hilarious, right? Undeniable. But for music, it's a little.
And now,
Dude, what I'm explaining, and if anybody out there doubts what I'm saying, think about Milli Vanilli, right? Or think about didn't Milli Vanilli have?
yeah, they were German and they were
It was like a fat guy,
lip syncers.
but they were like these good-looking guys, and the guys who really sang the song weren't that.
falling.
Yeah. So the real singers of it
Yeah.
didn't have that
80s
show
boy.
appeal.
Yeah, and they couldn't sing for shit. They tried to come with their own album. Like, ugh, you guys are horrible. But I said all that to say, we explore what does making it mean. What does making it? A lot of people think making it is, hey man, I'm in Hollywood, I'm in movies, I'm on billboards, I'm in commercials.
The average person thinks, "Did you make it?
Yeah.
Are you a TV star?
Right.
Are you on?
Star.
Are you in the movie theater?
Right.
Or are you Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
Or are you rich or millionaire?
Right.
No, you have to just do it for a living.
But if you can do it and earn your way or life doing what you love to do,
Yeah.
that's making it, man. If you could
Yeah,
pay
we're
your
like-
bills.
Like where we are at this stage of the game is like semi-pro. I call it. Like that's not semi-pro salary and
Yeah.
semi-pro in any sport.
Yeah.
It's not enough to live by, but it's a good supplemental income.
Right.
That's where we are.
But hoping to get into the big leagues,
Yeah.
get into stand, cellar, tour, whatever.
I think
it
the
is.
more you practice, the better we're gonna get,
Yeah,
and that's all.
I
That's
think it
gonna,
is, and
3 minutes left.
and nothing's wrong with earning. Thank you, 3. Earning while learning. You could earn while getting better. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, oh, well, you gotta get this way. No. So
No. Yeah, we're starting to get like paid a little bit for
Yeah.
the work, and that's nice sometimes.
some people ask you, hey, you want to do a show and whatnot, but also to your circle.
Some
might have to
producers
change.
pay more than others, David. We're not going to talk about. We've talked about that on other podcasts. Some producers pay more than others, and you know who you are. Some don't pay shit. Some don't pay nothing.
Some paid with compliments.
Some of you'll fill out a room, you still won't make any money. What? Hello.
Hello.
I hold a grudge.
Hello.
No, man. Listen, that's just how it is.
Before in 2 minutes before we wrap up, do you think there's such a thing as comedy bullying?
Comedy bullying, yeah, it's going on right now.
Yeah.
I think comedians are going after each other like crazy. Beefs right now in comedy, right? You see it,
Yeah. I think
and it's kind of crazy. Sadly, it's very political. Like you're getting like more right wing. It's fine to be like a right wing, be more conservative, be a comic, be more liberal, be a comic. There's all kinds now. They're opening up about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're seeing a lot of like ones go after each other who are. There's a couple of beefs who are between just like liberal comics, but you're seeing like beefs between conservative comics and liberal comics. Like, come on, what are you doing? Don't bring politics into it, and don't name names. You know that dude that's going after Bill Burr. I don't give a shit. I'll talk about it. Jeff Dye.
Dye?
Yeah, he's clearly a very conservative comic, but he's openly, and Bilbo refuses. He said several times on his podcast, but he won't say the name.
Yeah.
But he says who's going after me, and he's going to get his due, and it's not right. He shouldn't be throwing names out.
Right.
And one thing is I respect that he said what Burr said. He said you never throw a name out. Never.
Right.
There's no need to do that. You're eating your own. This is our little entertainment industry, our little niche thing. Comedians, we're a group. We're this. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Keep it. You know. Keep it between
We're not.
this is our brotherhood. Don't
Right.
Don't do that.
And that doesn't
1 minute
mean
left actually.
that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that everybody's kumbaya hang out, but you could handle that shit behind the scenes, not all
man.
up front. I don't get that.
That was never talked about until recently.
Right.
It's just
Absolutely right.
It's nuts. But listen, let's plug. We got less than a minute left.
Okay.
But definitely, if this comes out, check out our movie. And if our movie's already out and you're seeing this and it's past December 13th,
Yeah.
December 13th, 7 p.m., Mount Kisco Cinemas, AB Cinemas or something like that.
Also, it's going to
Saturday,
be
December 3rd. But if this comes out, check it out. Mamochka, the film at vilantrub.com. Mamochka, the film.
But it's also going to be in. It's
going to be on Tubi, Freebie, Amazon.
Film festival in the South End, London Horror Series as well.
Yes.
In the middle of
Any
January.
day now, it's at a film festival in England.
South End in England.
And it's going to be available on Tubi, Freebie, Amazon.
Yep, going forward.
So to stream. So we hope you
man.
check it out.
Velvet Sugar in the house, baby.
Yeah.
Episode 36. Thank you guys, and happy
Episode
holidays
36.
to everybody.
What's the name of this episode? Chocolate Rain. I do the Trump dance for some reason when I say chocolate rain. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense.
Chocolate
All right, guys.
rain. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, yo. Bye.